Greetings once again, fellow girls, guys and gamers. This is Small Archangel. Welcome to another episode of Conan Exiles Savage Lands. And as you can see, I've learned a few emotes since the last episode. I've learned 3 of the dances, I think there's 6 dances in the game altogether. And a bunch of other stuff as well. I've learned, let's see, what do we get? We got comb hair, which is very seductive, and a couple of other ones as well. We've got some expressions. Those ones I learned to start with, but I also found a certain amount of lore with Nush's help, because you kind of remember better where these things are. So we've more or less covered all the things on this local part of our map here, and what we're intending on hopefully doing today is the Purge. You can see our Purge meter is pretty much full here, so that's fantastic. So I'm hoping to capture the Purge on camera and just, well, you know, capture them generally, or kill them rather. But before that happens, we'll get our 10-minute warning. So before that happens, I'm going to give you a bit of a tour of what's changed around the base. We have not got any more thralls than we had last time. I have, however, upgraded our set altar, and I've also placed a couple of thespians here. So you can see we've got a couple of thespians, all of my very own, to well, I don't know, do the worshipping thing. I haven't got a priest yet, but I could set up a thespian to look like one, I guess. But so we're going to make something in here. I'm also kind of working on making my setite gear here, so I'm going to craft myself some stuff as I go. I've only got 6 hearts at the moment, and one thing I didn't realise is that they now go off. So they now turn into putrid meat, so I've had to turn the others into compost. So I'm going to have to make things as I get them to make sure that they don't just, you know, kind of rot in there, really. And whether we make that our setite altar to level 3 or not, I don't quite know. But one thing I am going to do in here, I'm going to make myself a bunch of these as well. I won't make that many, actually. Let's just make ourselves a few. There we go. So I'm still not absolutely convinced by archery, but it does occur to me that when the Purge comes, archery is going to be a very useful thing to be able to do and to be able to use. So we are now level 28, so we're nearly at level 30. Fantastic. So level 30 is where I'm aiming to get to, so we can start doing some serious kind of questing and things. I'm aiming for the second perk in agility as well, so we get the cat-like perk, which means our falling damage is halved, which is good because I hurt myself quite regularly doing that. And then vitality, impervious, temperature effects and diminished is really going to help us further down the line. But I also, yeah, 10% stamina per regeneration tick. So we're going for grit as well. Let's see how many others we've got. Let's stick some in there. Definitely have some agility. And we'll have some vitality as well. There we go. And that's it. We'll save the other one. I'm not finding encumbrance too much of an issue, because when I go out harvesting and grinding, I take my pack with me. So thank you, Jade, for that. That's very, very useful. Alright, so we need to make ourselves a bow. So we've got some feats in here. Now currently I haven't learned any bow recipes whatsoever, because I'm mostly sticking with the daggers and the Cossack, which is my favourite weapon. But since we've got a set altar, we can make ourselves a Hyrcanian bow. Let's just unlock that. There we go. I don't think we've got any other. This has to be level 60. Yeah, that's one of the more legendary items. And we don't need to worry about the arrows, because we've got some of those already. And we don't even need feathers for the snake arrows. So that's a really good thing, because feathers not so easy to find. They're all over the map, but you've got to know where to look, and they're mostly up high, and there aren't any particularly close to us. So for the Hyrcanian bow, we're going to need to make that in a carpenter's bench. That would make sense. And we need thick leather. Now, as luck would have it, I did get some, but where the heck did I put it? This is the question. I did get some thick leather, but I've no idea where I put it. Here it is. Good lord, after all that, really couldn't find it at all. So we need this for the carpenter's bench to make this bow with. At the moment, thick leather, I'm going to have to remind myself of how we actually make this stuff. But let's see if we got what we need for that. Yes, we have, and we're going to need the remains in order to kind of repair the bow up. So we're going to have to make sure we get into producing thick leather as well. Let's just knock that on the head so that we get our bow. There we go. We have 250 arrows, and we now have our Hyrcanian bow as well. As you can see, we've got crosshairs. So the other thing that I wanted to look into now with our feats is Armour smithing, apprentice armour smith. Yes, we definitely want to learn that, because that allows us then to be able to make some armour smithing tools to make our armour either lighter or, you know, sort of more sort of protective or more flexible, depending, so we can kind of buff it in that way. And we need similarly, we need tools to allow us to improve our weapons and tools. There we go. So the weapon damaging kit as well. And how do we make those? Through here possibly? Yep, there's our weapon kit. Where's our armourer kit? I think that's in the armourer's bench, funnily enough. And we need oil for that. Okay, so we're going to need oil. And for that we're going to need a press, a fluid press. I'm pretty sure we could contrive to learn that recipe as well. Do I have armor plating? Yes, there we go. We can make 10 of those. Well, we only got to really want... am I going to want to make thin armor plating, or... the armor that we're wearing is relatively light, but I don't really want to make it any heavier, and it might be better. It's medium. So in a way, it might be better if we don't want to make it heavy armor, because that would make it... I don't know really. You can only apply one buff to each piece of gear, so maybe we should mix and match a little bit. Maybe we should make weight reduction in some of the pieces and protection in others. So I'll just go for 2 of those and 2 of those. There we go. And in the meantime, yeah, we could do with learning the fluid press, which I think is under survival. There it is. Let's have that and see how we make it. There it is. 40 wood and 8 shaped wood. Well, that shouldn't be too difficult. In the meantime, we've got 2 of those and we've got 1 of those. Okay, I did actually mean to make another one. There we go. So then we could probably apply 1 of these to each. So if I apply armor plating to the chest piece, oh hello, we have to do it this way. There we go. And now we've completed a journey step by doing that as well. And then the minor pieces we can make a little bit. Oh, and we're going to need another one, aren't we, actually? The royal circlet needs one too, so we'll see if we can make another one of these. There we go. In fact, probably a good idea, because it's not going to weigh ever so much, the circlet, is it? It's not very big. I don't know if that even applies, that kind of logic, but there you go. There we are. Hopefully we're not too much more weighed down now than we were before, but of course we've got all our arrows on us as well. So there we go. We'll see what difference that makes to us, and we'll see if we can make... we can't make that. We need to make ourselves something else first, don't we? We need to make our fluid press first, so let's just hit that. And we're going to need wood. Well, we've got some wood in here. Okay, we should have the wherewithal now. Craft that. There we go. And then we can place that in our... Well, actually, I'm not entirely sure where to place that. We haven't got ever so much space indoors after all, so I might have to put it outside the base. I'm not really wanting to place it in my living quarters up here, which I haven't really decorated yet. You can see I've changed the bottom of the base here to tier 2, including some of the floor, but not all of it. So I'm still grinding resources and crafting things for that. So I think we'll put this just out the back here somewhere. Okay, I think it's made. I heard it. There we go. Number 5. Let's see, where does that... We put it there. I guess so. We can always move it if we change our minds. And that, of course, needs... Oh, it needs hides in it, does it? Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, well, I've gathered plenty of hide. Generally, I've got so many hides, in fact, that it's crazy. Here we go, look, I've got a load of them in there. So we'll stick a couple of those in there. There we go, and that is apparently, yeah, we've just gained a level because we've just, yeah, squished something in a fluid press. There we are. So I don't know, that just takes time, right? That just takes time. So there we go, and that will create some oil for us, which means that we'll then be able to start making weapon damage kits. Bag of unpleasant things that can be attached to weapons to increase their damage. Nice. And there's also, of course, tool and weapon reinforcement kits, which means that they wear out less quickly as well. So that's fantastic. You'll also notice that I have a well here now. Obviously, we have the compost bin. There we go. And we have, it's actually quite difficult to get past the aloe plant unless it's, you know, sort of very small like that. I can't physically get past it. You can see, yeah, I've got my well there now, which fits nicely. So we're pretty much where we want to be here. Now I just need to repair up my weapons and we're pretty much ready to go. And put away excess stuff. Well, that was fun. So, we're still waiting for the Purge. The Purge kind of comes fairly randomly, really. There was another guy I killed somewhere. Oh, there he is. Comes fairly randomly, really. Oh, some dye. I'll take that. So, we can never be quite sure whether we're going to have one or not, or which base it's going to hit. When it does, so it's a case of a bit of a waiting game, really. I hope I'll capture it today, but I'm not entirely sure. And I thought in the meantime, we may as well, I've got lots of hide, I don't need those. We may as well gather some more hearts. I don't need all of this human flesh, thank you very much. We need, we've got 5 now, actually. We could turn that into another piece of setite gear. Then after that, we'll need another 5, but I'm keen to get this sorted before we run out of, before our hearts disappear. Here we go. Okay, we'll put the, oh look at that, it's gone off already. Oh my word, so they expire really quite quickly actually. So we're going to need to go and kill another couple just to make use of those, but there's no point at this point in getting more than 2 of them because we won't be able to use them unless we have a full set. So we'll go ahead and see if we can find ourselves some more of those now. I know where the NPCs hide out now, so we should be able to do that without too much difficulty. And I just hope the Purge doesn't turn up at night, because that would be quite difficult to deal with. And if you put lots of torches down, of course, they just destroy them anyway, so it doesn't really help. Okay, there we go. I like my corset for this because although these guys are always fighting crocs, you can pretty much just stand here and watch them and then take on the losers, or rather take on the winners. Look at that, 5 crocodiles. I feel for you guys, I've been in the same situation myself. But I like the corset because the corset is good for taking on multiple enemies, like this, for example. Oh my, hit completely the wrong button there. That is not what I meant to hit at all. Okay, back off. Look at that. How in tune are these guys? And back off. Okay, I think we might have taken out the odd one. And as long as we can keep back out of the way enough to get the stamina back, we're good. There we go. Alright, now I'm not particularly interested in the hide of these crocs right now. I am more interested in the corpses of the people, the guys that they killed. Oh gosh, that one's not dead. That's annoying. Ow! Well, that was fair. And I just hope I don't aggro that guy there, because I can deal without that right now. Okay, should be alright. That's him. And that's that one. Right, that is now 5 by my reckoning, just so long as none of them have gone off in our absence. That should be... Oh gosh, is that another crocodile? I really can't be bothered if it is. Got better things to do, I'm afraid. See, there's so many dead crocs around here, I can't even tell if they're alive or dead. Yep, it is. He's down there though, so I don't care. We're heading back to base pronto. As you can see, I've placed lots of palisades around the place, so that but I haven't had a purge happen since I last told you about. If we look in our event log, you can see what the purge destroyed the last time. Doomman the Dragoon killed my signpost, and my Wheel of Pain and some sandstone stairs, which I had at the time, were killed by striped hyenas. So that was the last purge I know of, and since then I have had nothing, although I did get a purge notification, a 10 minutes warning, just as I was going offline one day, and there was nothing I could do about that. Very annoyingly, I had to go at that point. So yeah, I missed that one, which was most irritating. So we're going to go and put this in our altar. There we go. And then we should have what we need to make the bottom half of our set gear. I won't bother with a setite mask because it looks really strange. But we will make some of these. We're going to need 5 more hearts for the sandals, of course. But at least in the meantime, we've got the top and the bottom, and we don't have hearts going off in there randomly. So the other thing that I was going to tell you about, we've got the thespians here, obviously, and I've got a bunch of those, which our mod admin, Ketham, otherwise known as Nush, has managed to, sort out for me. And yeah, basically the mod admin is the only person who can spawn these in. Basically they are, it's part of the Pippi mod, along with that lovely, quite good looking portal over there in the background. And the other thing that we can do is we can make wallpapers now. So I have a bunch of these. Here they are. There I've got thespians, 48 of them, and I've got 99 wallpapers. So I'll take these on to our next place. Oh, I've got 10 silver coins there. Wow, I'm not exactly rich, but I think I've got about a dozen of them now. I've got a couple upstairs as well. And we can use these wallpapers. Let me just put that somewhere like this. And we can put them anywhere we like, on the wall, obviously, not on the floor. And we could use those to create an image. Now, I won't do one there because I've already put one up here. And what you have to do is put in the URL of the online image. And I can't quite see that. Oh, there it was. There it is. And you can see, you can name it here. You put in an URL here. And that one didn't work, so I've given up on it. But if I could find some images that will be suitable, then I can put that on there, and we can have things that look like windows, or things that look like sort of stone carvings, or anything we like, really. We could put images as long as they're on a wall, so we could have, sort of weapons hanging up. Although we can do that in game already, but it means that we can have some sort of nice some nice window imagery if we really want. So that's another cool feature of the Pippi management mod. Well, folks, as much as I would have liked to have recorded the Purge today, unfortunately, it has a will of its own, and much as we might like it to turn up. In spite of the fact that my Purge bar is full, and has been for the last 2 hours, no Purge has arrived, and it is based on a random system. You never know when it's going to turn up and when it's not. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just record it when it does happen, and I happen to be online, and then incorporate that in one of our episodes. That's basically how we're going to fly with this, because we can't sort of predict when it's going to turn up. In the meantime, I've done a certain amount of tier 2 work on the base, so it's getting there now. We're still grinding for resources and making more of them. I've also applied an image to the top of here, which is a Syrian stone carving, which kind of is a little bit too light, really, but I can carry on searching for appropriate images and applying those to wherever. But so we'll learn how to use those and how to make those. And I should also say that the fluid press here is kind of being a little disingenuous by suggesting that we put in hides. We don't. We put in, well, there's all sorts of stuff you can put in. Fish is the main one that I'm going to use. I've got 2 fish traps down there, and I don't know what to do with the contents of them, so I'm going to put them through this and make oil. So we have got 100 oil in here now, which means that we should be able to make a weapon damage kit or 2 or even 3. So we've got iron poniards. We could make a weapon damage kit for those, but I'd rather make one for my corset. So we're going to make a damage kit for the corset and apply it. Here we go. There we go. Lovely. And we're going to make durability package. Can we make a simple reinforcement? Make weapons and armor more durable, and we're going to make that for our pick and hatchet. We do not want to make 72, thank you very much. Just 2 of them will do nicely. And I think we can't drag them onto the... Oh, we can, that's fine. There we are, so they're now more durable. And then what are the other options? A paring blade. But that's a kit to reduce the weight of a weapon. Okay, I don't think our weapons are particularly heavy, so maybe our poniards should also have a damage kit applied to them, and then they'll do a little bit more damage. Let's do that. There we go. So now we've got all our major gear kind of... we should probably have a durability one for our cleaver, but I don't... And a skinny knife. But I don't tend to use those ever so much. I find I'm swimming in hide most of the time, so that's not a big deal. We've also got... Yeah, make tools more efficient. So that's another thing we can do, is make our tools more efficient. And the last thing, I guess, is... that I have now got a full set of setite gear, so we're going to take that and we're going to see if we can dye it. And Nush says put a trophy head in the fluid press to get bones and blood, so that is good to know. Now at this point I've only got one head. I've got a hyena head, and I'm saving up to make an actual trophy with, because I haven't taken many animal heads at this point. So we've got some dyes in here. And I'm not entirely sure what's going to make for good colouring on this. I always think it looks quite good anyway, just with the white. But what I think we'll do, we'll take some purples and we'll see what they look like. I've got some magenta as well. Some of these I've crafted quite a lot, quite honestly. I have looted. The other thing, of course, is that we can now, with our well in situ... Oh, I can't get past that when it's full of aloe. That is not what I meant. This is what I meant. There we go, that's got that. Let's put this away again. And Nush says 10 to go, because Nush is currently farming demon blood, I think, to make a map room. Now we already have, someone has a map room already, someone's made a map room already. Yeah, I think it was mud, but yeah, Nush wants to make one too. So there we go. So we've got some dyes now. I can put my water flask, filled water flask, in there, and we'll just take a quick look before we finish today's episode at dyeing these bits of gear here. So see, the white always looks a little bit grubby somehow, doesn't it? And we've got yellow, so we could make the gold there a little bit. We could make it silver if we wanted to, so I might experiment with that. Let's just see if we have anything. We have Sumerian blue, which might do the job. Let's give that a try. Well, that makes it kind of black, actually, so I think in a way we're going to actually need that to be a much, much lighter colour, like white almost. If you get some white dye, that might work, so I'll just leave that the way it is. We'll try changing this purple to a really dark purple, perhaps not that dark. We'll just leave it the original colour, because that's what it is. And then we'll try changing this colour to just purple. That's not quite, it's a little bit light maybe. Pink, a bit frou-frou for my liking. I think we'll try it with that. And then we'll see if we can make... I might just turn that into dark purple. I don't think we've got any dye at the moment that will do the job. But nonetheless, I think that's what I'll do. I'll see if I can craft some dark purple dye. We're going to need some dark colorant for that. And that is in here somewhere. Dark dye colorant, there it is. Water flask and tar. Well, we have both of those things, just not here. There we go. So I'll place my water flask in there. Okay, here we go. So this time we're going to try with purple and with dark purple. There we go. That's nice. We're going to have that. And I'll do the same with the others. And then we should have a nice set of setite gear. Just stick that in vanity mode. There we go. And it's all purple and gold, which is very royal looking, very regal looking. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it's going to be possible for us to change the gold colour on that, because a lot of the items that we dye, just the dye, it doesn't take ever so well and ends up being really, really, really dark. But so we'll try our best anyway. But for the time being, I'm going to put this set gear up here, because that is going to be my casual clothing of choice for the time being until I can get something else. You can see I've got a few other things around here. I've also got some incense, which Jade gave me as a gift, but that really needs a table to place it on. So I'm going to have to do some furniture crafting, I think. So that's something else we're going to have to do here. In the meanwhile, I'm going to try and tier 2 the entire base so that it looks nice inside and out. Then I think after we've furnished it, basically it's going to be time to move on from here and go on to pastures new, probably in the Swungle. I feel the Swungle calling me, folks, so I do hope you'll join me for that. In the meantime, do let me know if you've enjoyed this episode by hitting that like button and leaving your comments as well. And if you have enjoyed the joy of the Purge, please do let me know how that went. And yeah, hopefully we will catch the Purge on here sometime soon. Till then, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye bye for now.